Alright you guys, so today I wanted to make a quick little video talking about some random items I feel like every film photographer should own. Now as film shooters, we are not shooting film for the convenience side of things, we're shooting it for the shooting experience. And I do feel like these items that I am going to be talking about today enhance the shooting experience and overall just make it a lot more enjoyable. So that is pretty much just going to be the video. I do want to just say really quick before we get started, the items that I will be showing are not brand specific, so please feel free to support any brand that you might want to support. You don't necessarily have to get the same items here. A lot of the items I picked up, by the way, were under $10. Without further ado, you guys, let's just go ahead and get started. Here are some random items I think every film photographer should own. Okay, so the first item on this list is something that I always recommend to new film shooters, and that is, folks, a notebook and a pen. Now, a notebook and a pen can serve you many different ways when you're shooting film, but a couple of ways that I personally like to use my pen and notebook is to document different results that I get from film stocks. Especially when you're just getting started, you don't really know what to expect from each film stock. So being able to document the results and also what works and what doesn't work, different settings that give you different looks, it's all really useful to just jot down inside of a book and have that as a reference for later down the road. I also utilize my book to write down new project ideas, goals, different things that I want to, work on in the future in my photography. And it doesn't even need to be photography related, but, having something that you can physically write in is a lot more different than just using the app on your phone. So a notebook and a pen, you guys, you can get these for relatively cheap. I get mine from Daiso if you guys want to know where I get them, and they're usually about $1.50. You don't really need to be spending too much. It's just a notebook. Okay, now the next item is honestly something that I found very recently. I've only been able to use this probably for the last 2 to 3 weeks, and I got it from Target. Now, I don't necessarily think you need to have this particular brand, but it's this little thing right here. So this is a little electronics organizer. I got it from Target from like their little, goodie section when you first walk in, and this cost me $3, but it has this nice kind of wool feel. It has this draw kind of string strap, and it opens up and it has 2 little separate compartments, a thicker one here and also a smaller one on the front. Now there are multiple different uses for this. Film photographers especially can use this for carrying around different films. They can carry around different batteries. That's kind of what I use this one for. Like I have AA's, and I also have like the Sony batteries for what I'm filming on. And it keeps everything nice and organized in one package, so you don't have to worry about rummaging around and trying to find all your different batteries and films. They could all just be stored in one place for you to easily access, especially when you're out shooting. So this is something that I would highly recommend. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to find them at Target anymore because I know these were going quick, but any type of electronic organizer or small organizer that you can slip into your bag or in your pocket will do you a lot of good for the days that you do go out shooting. I'm not the most organized person, but when it comes to shooting film, man, I do think this is essential for organizing your stuff. So pick one of these up. I'm going to leave some links in the description below to a couple of different ones that I have found, but I did get this particular one off of Target. Next up on the list is a sling over bag or some type of, I guess you could say, like fanny pack. Now, I honestly prefer the over the shoulder bags more than like a fanny pack just because of the shape, but anything that you can sling over your shoulder and carry around a small point and shoot is really, really useful and versatile for people who are going to be on the fly. Not all the time do I want to carry around, my Leica or my Nikon F3. Sometimes I want to just bring a small little point and shoot. And so having a little bag like this makes it really easy to just sling over, load a roll of film in there, and then just go out and have some fun. So very, very simple. This particular bag here is from a Herschel. I don't think this was a camera bag, but I do think it serves it very well. It has a nice kind of shoulder strap for a lot of good comfort. And one of the best parts is it actually detaches from the strap. So if you want to wear this like on your belt, you definitely can as well. But on the inside, it just has one little zipper, and then, you know, it has that nice Herschel kind of pinstriping, and then my camera's inside of here. This is the Olympus XA, by the way. On the front, it has a nice little pocket for you to store extra batteries. I wouldn't say you could store film in there just because it is a little bit of a narrow pocket, but I'm sure you can get away with it. But guys, having something like this solves so many issues. There's really no reason to not be able to carry a camera around with you everywhere you go. This eliminates that completely, and it's just really cool to have a camera on you at all times. Now, you don't necessarily need to get this style. There are different style of over-the-shoulder bags that, you know, you can get for relatively cheap, but anything that is somewhat compact, somewhat small, and can hold a point and shoot is going to be great in my opinion. So definitely, this is one of the items that, you know, if you were to get only one, this is the one that I would recommend the most. All right, and unsurprisingly, the last item I think every film photographer should own is simply a nice point and shoot. Now, the great thing is point and shoot film cameras don't cost much. You can get a very cheap little, I can't think of one right now, of course, right? Get yourself something cheap like a Pentax IQ Zoom from the thrift store, or even go online and get like the Canon Sure Shot. Anything that has a little zoom and is under $10 is an amazing little film camera. So a lot of people are going to be hyping up the more expensive point and shoot film cameras like the Contax T2, the T3, Yashica T4. Why do all the expensive ones have a T in it? Film point and shoots don't need to be expensive. The idea behind owning a film point and shoot is just to have something quick, something fun, something that isn't, you know, ridiculous. And as long as you're not using it as your main camera, I don't really see a need to, you know, buy all of the high-end stuff. But a couple that I can recommend that I do actually feel like are worth the money is the Pentax IQ Zoom line of cameras, the Olympus XA for sure, although this is a rangefinder right here. If you don't like the rangefinder style stuff, you can get the original Olympus MJU1 or the Olympus Stylus. That's a very good camera as well. Combine that with something like this and you're pretty much set. And this is why I say these two items right here are going to be things that I could recommend, also along with the travel organizer. And if you really want to, write down your thoughts and ideas on your notebook. Random things, all very useful. All right, you guys, so that is gonna wrap it up. Let me know if you guys have any other random accessories or, you know, things that every film photographer should own. It's funny, I think that film photographers just acquire a bunch of junk over time, but they all kind of serve a purpose. So let me know down in the comments section below, and also drop a like. We are getting very close to 100K subscribers, which we are gonna be having a giveaway. So thank you again. I'll see you guys in the next one. As always, Minolta Gang.